Beware of dreams. They could turn into nightmares. Ruby Tuesday began as a dream, and it became a nightmare. So how did this happen? Watch this video to find out. The food at Ruby Tuesdays played a massive role in its success. The chain focuses on nostalgia and sells American classics like pork ribs, chicken, pasta dishes, fresh seafood, soups, and steaks. But two items on the menu keep customers coming back for more. And it isn't what you think. Meat isn't the reason customers keep coming back. It is a salad. The chain has a salad bar that has crunchy veggies and different toppings. Oh, there's hamburgers too, which has been a staple since the chain's early days. Looks like people come back for the meat after all. But it is not just the hamburger, the salad, and the healthy serving and nostalgia. Ruby Tuesdays has several beverage options like cocktails, beers, and wines. Speaking of wine, the chain has a Cultivate Wines section, which it introduced in 2011. The selection offers a curated list of vintages for customers to choose from. Some customers say the wines pair well with the meals on the chain's menu. With all these, the chain might not have been a go-to place if it wasn't affordable. It also has a separate menu for bulk takeout and catering orders. To make things even easier, they partnered with Easy Cater in 2012 to simplify the catering process. So, now you know why people go. How did it begin? And if you like to learn about the history of your favorite eateries, be sure to subscribe for more content like this. Ruby Tuesday began with Samuel Sandy E. Beale's dream. In the 1970s, Sandy Beale wanted to build his own steak and burger restaurant, but there was a problem. Sandy didn't have enough money. Refusing to give up, Sandy began to look for investors. He talked to his friend who ran several Pizza Huts. After listening to Samuel Beale's plans and dreams, the friend decided to invest $10,000 into Sandy's business. It wasn't enough. Sandy then approached 4 of his fraternity friends from when he was a college student at the University of Tennessee. Those 4 friends decided to invest an additional $10,000 into the business. But these guys didn't just give him money, they gave him a name. They suggested that Sandy name the restaurant Ruby Tuesday after a Rolling Stones song. With the loans he got, the founder opened his first restaurant in 1972. Hoping to tap into the student market, Sandy located his business adjacent to the University of Tennessee, and his instinct paid off. The location provided him with a steady stream of customers. With the company's price and menu, students kept coming. Sandy then got a liquor license for his business and boom! The business became a huge success. Over the next 10 years, Ruby Tuesday opened a new location approximately every 9 months. Talk about growth! In April 1982, Sandy sold his restaurant, which had expanded to 16 locations, to Morrison Inc. for $15 million in stock and cash. Now, you would expect that with the sale, Sandy would kick his feet up and relax on a beach somewhere. Not Sandy. His restaurant was to lead Morrison Inc.'s specialty restaurant division, so the Morrison Inc. leadership made him the division president. With the sale, Ruby Tuesday got increased financial support, and by 1985, it had grown into 35 units. Ruby's growth and the success of other Morrison investments made them change their name and become Morrison Restaurants in 1992. That same year, the specialty restaurant division Sandy headed became Ruby Tuesday Group, and he got a promotion. The founder became the new CEO of Morrison Restaurants Inc. To unbundle its operations, by March 9, 1996, Morrison Restaurants Inc. dissolved into 3 separate companies following approval from the shareholders of Morrison. Ruby Tuesday, now one of the 3 different companies, became the legal successor to Morrison Restaurants Inc. From succeeding Morrison Restaurants Inc., the chain almost succeeded in becoming a failure. So succeeding Morrison Restaurants Inc. didn't insulate the chain from a nightmare event. For the better part of its first 30 years, Ruby Tuesday restaurants went by with little advertising in the media. It was a cocky joint, and it almost went out of business. In 2002, the company faced huge losses that threatened to shut down the chain. The restaurant industry was brutal, and the chain was losing ground to its more well-known competitors. The company's management decided to make changes to its marketing. It began introducing coupons, and by 2003, the restaurant was everywhere. The chain advertised on television, radio, newspaper, and billboards. Heck, if you permitted them, you could wake up to see posters in your space. By 2007, the restaurant chain became much more serious with marketing its brand. It also became playful. The chain started restructuring its brand identity. It didn't want to be known for just bar and grill. There are a lot of businesses in that segment of the dining industry, and it wanted to show that it was diverse. So when it opened its Times Square location the same year, Ruby Tuesday Inc. hired a marketing team. The team focused on improving the company's public perception. It changed the company's logo and promoted the chain's redesigned carryout services. To complement the redesign, the chain introduced a new menu and promised offered better quality foods and drinks. The company then put HD televisions and free Wi-Fi in its locations. Then, it did the unthinkable. So the restaurant wanted to connect more with its customers and get them talking about Ruby Tuesday. So it filmed and broadcasted the demolition of an old Ruby location. Then it happened, and the people were shocked. The chain didn't blow up an old restaurant, but a neighboring restaurant. What a disaster! But as it turned out, it wasn't. Ruby Tuesday played a prank on everyone. April Fools! Everything customers saw was filmed on a miniature set, which a Hollywood crew created and pre-recorded. April Fools, anyone? However, as brilliant as these gimmicks were, the chain still wasn't out of danger yet. While the chain invested heavily in rebranding, it still looked like it would fail. The rebrand coincided with a major financial downturn in the restaurant industry, but Ruby Tuesday wasn't going to go down without a fight, so it began to sell garlic bread, weekend brunches, and bargain steak and lobster night. It was doing everything to survive, and analysts remained unimpressed by the chain's do-anything strategy. Undeterred, Ruby Tuesday launched another ad campaign in 2012. It revived TV commercials and doubled down on converting struggling stores. By 2014, it pivoted fully towards families, outfitting staff in jeans and vibrant shirts. It then changed its menu to chalkboard style and played top 40 hits through the airwaves to appeal to the younger audience. Even the logo got a modern font makeover. The company revamped the kids menu to solidify itself as a family brand. It added pizza, corn dogs, and colorful cups and straws. The chain then offered free kids meals on Tuesdays with every adult entree purchase. Unfortunately, the company continued to fall. In August 2016, Ruby Tuesday faced harsh reality when 95 Ruby Tuesday restaurants had to close their doors. Is this the end? The grip of the COVID-19 pandemic tightened on Ruby Tuesday in October 2020, forcing the restaurant chain to seek bankruptcy protection. The chain announced the permanent closure of 185 locations that the crisis had already shuttered. Emerging from bankruptcy on February 24, 2021, Ruby Tuesday carried the scars of a challenging year. Although their initial closure estimate proved optimistic, with more restaurants lost than anticipated, they managed to salvage around 209 locations and began to navigate the choppy waters of financial hardship. The journey had been arduous, but the spirit of Ruby Tuesday remained, ready to face the future with a slightly smaller yet resilient unit of restaurants. Despite its losses in recent years, with its food and marketing efforts, Ruby Tuesday has continued to thrive and at some point even begun to make bold moves. In 2007, Ruby Tuesday Inc. acquired the Asian dining restaurant Wok Hei. The company restructured Wok Hei's strategy from offering a self-service experience to a full-service experience. By 2008, Wok Hei opened a second location, closely followed by a third in 2011. In September 2010, Ruby Tuesday Inc. ventured into Lime Fresh Mexican Grill, but not before the company acquired development rights to Truffles Grill and also started Marlin and Ray's Seafood and Sunset with the hopes of turning some of the underperforming Ruby Tuesday restaurants into one of these concepts. Ruby Tuesday Inc. ventured into other areas that unfortunately were not successful. Looks like not everything it touched turned to money after all. Also, in 2013, 13 Marlins and Ray's restaurants closed barely 2 years after its conception. The closure was due to a $15 million loss during the second quarter of the year. That was a lot of money. Looks like the chain's account is all Ruby and not the sparkling kind. The chain that began strong has now become a nightmare of closures and losses. Ruby Tuesday is a tale of dreams, growth, and a nightmare, but it isn't one of giving up. Ruby Tuesday has weathered all the obstacles on its way. Despite closing many locations, including its original campus location, Ruby Tuesday is still alive and clawing its way back. The chain has around 200 locations and is looking to open more. Do you think it'll be able to return to its former position of glory? Or is this the end? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support our channel.